think that we need to afraid of it. I think that we need to mitigate it, to manage it, to have a responsible AI when we build product. But I can understand why people are afraid of it.
So could you imagine a product, an AI product that you yourself would find a bit like that's too much, I wouldn't do that? Not visual, just thinking about the capacity of a computer um, with their own
It's
intelligence.
it's it's a little bit a philosophical question, or maybe a tech philosophical question. There are products existing today that I'm not willing to use them, and I'm not let my daughters to use it. TikTok, I'm afraid of TikTok. But
Mhm.
the reason that I'm afraid of TikTok is not because I consider that as a black box. I did some research. I understand what they're trying to do, or I think I understand what they're trying to do. And I decided that this is not something which is not good for me. Now, there is no difference between in my opinion, between the physical world and the virtual world. I'm not going to all of the places in the planet because some places I think that they are not good for me. I'm not doing anything on the planet because I'm thinking that some things are not good for me. Same on the virtual world. I think that TikTok is not good for me. So I think that we
And
need to learn and to take this conscious decision, what is good and what is not good, and what you
yeah,
want to do. A little bit
I thought,
philosophical.
no, I thought that you would give me another answer. That you would, I tell you what I imagined, that you know the limitations of AI and how complicated it is. And what we imagine that the computer will start to think instead of us and everybody will be fired is not here yet in any case. So it's so much more complicated than what people imagine.
People will not get fired. People will involved. People will do something else. When Harrison Ford invented the car, a lot of people lost their job because you don't need horses anymore, and then you need driver. When somebody will have the autonomous driver, you will not need driver, but you will need something else. People will not lose their job. They will need to adjust themselves to the new technology. Technology always automate process, and they will need to find something else to do. People that will stay behind and will not adapt, they will have a problem. Like always, there's nothing new. And again, if I will go back to your question, there are things even in my domain that I decided that it's not good for me, that I'm not going to do that. That I think that it will be very hard to build a responsible AI product in this domain. For example, to do what I'm doing for consumer, I think it's a problem.
Give me an example. What do you mean? Like all the face beauty filters and all of that?
Unlike the common or some of the common text to image technology like DALI, we focus on a photorealism. The visual that we generate look like someone take the picture, and then you can customize it. And if you will give it to consumer, they can customize it in a way which not reflect the reality, and to abuse the technology. And I don't think that this is the right thing to do. I don't want to be the one that at 12 years old take a photo of his friend and then made several of modification in the photo, and now he is doing shaming with this photo. This is abuse of this technology. So I aim for
Yeah,
corporate businesses.
yeah, I totally understand. So what do you think is the biggest challenge for AI today?
I think that you see more and more challenge in AI today to build system that can earn the trust of the public. Um, uh, After 20 years of AI, people understand that this is a very, very massive, strong tool, um, and they are not willing to um, take what the engineers slash companies says as is, and they are trying to ask questions very justly. By the way, they should ask question: How does it work? why you did it in the way that you did it, how did you gather the data, is the result are unbiased, is the system is good to me, is it improve the society in general or not? And I think that this type of question about AI, we'll talk about the technical stuff in a second, but I think that this type of question about AI, about product that based on AI, will be more and more relevant in the next few years. Makes sense? I think that I take
Yeah.
it to a completely different
No,
direction
no,
than this.
I think it makes sense because we're, after all, you're as a founder, you decide where you put your talents and expertise, right? And you decide that you understand that this is a very powerful tool, and you want to use these capacities to do something that is good as you see it. So I totally understand that. So as a start, when we're thinking
But
about entrepreneurs and
but but
startups,
maybe
yeah.
but maybe another word about AI. Usually, when people ask this question about where are the challenges in AI, they don't talking about the challenge of make the AI product accessible to the public or how to